All right, so I just want to briefly reflect on my first therapy session. I'm not going to make an entire video about this. I got something else I want to talk about. But first off, I mean, it was fine. For me, I just felt like this is the one I'm really preparing as far as, although I didn't expect it to be 2 hours long, it was something that I just feel like I needed to let everything out, as far as, all the issues and all the deep issues that I've had, like, that are leading up to where my life is now. The many uncharacteristic, moves and emotions that, that was needed to be addressed, that I needed to address to the therapist and all that. And right now, it is only one. I know there's another one coming up. Like I said, I figured there's going to be more than one session. So yeah, I mean, but I didn't think it was going to last this long. But, after going through that, I feel like, it should already be, I want to not say a big step forward just yet, but based on the session, the length of time of that session, I should already have taken a step forward as far as, just avoiding, avoiding as much as possible anything that's going to make me super angry to the point where it's going to go way out of control, right? So, although I have addressed everything, it's going to be a weekly thing for who knows how long. And I know that therapy is just very, very common, right? With a lot of people have to take it, especially with the people who used to work on my dump. Now, I know Lisa probably has taken that because she did advise me and everyone who plan, like, in the future if they leave this dump, which I should have had a long time ago, to seek counseling or just therapy, which I'm doing. Look, it wasn't warranted for me to do this, but at some point now I really have to do it. It is a must at this point. And right now it just seems, it is only one session, so I'm not completely certified yet as far as, what the proof is and what, the proof that my entire family and then my remaining friend circle has seen yet. Now, speaking of friends, Julio's going to be the first one I see. I've already seen Neil once this year. So as far as me and Julio is concerned, Julio could be the next one, but that's not going to be until beginning of June. Likely beginning of June, if that ever happens. But I already seen Neil, and I just feel like now it's just after this therapy session, I don't want to go out of my way to say I'm going to completely open up to my friend circle again. What I mean is returning to it, because I said what I said in my older videos, especially in the ones in late March, where I said they need to see proof that I've become a better person. And look, one session ain't gonna do enough, because I'm still feeling what I'm feeling in my dump. For as much as I try to come in with a positive attitude, and unfortunately it's just more annoying bullshit, right? It's just more and more of the same. Well, like for example, and like there's just certain things that are just very divisive about this place, and especially when it comes to the service department. I feel like they're just doing whatever they want. I remember they did Thanksgiving potluck and we didn't last year, the upstairs. I mean, it's certain things like that where it's why this dump has become abnormal for what it's worth. Because I mean, nobody should be having to take this place seriously no more. I don't even know why I'm taking it seriously. I should never express. It's interesting that my therapist told me, as I told him I was there for 12 years, he said it shows the loyalty that I have. Hell, if I was in Disneyland like Julio is now, and Carlos, hell, I probably would have showed my loyalty there, because after all, it is an amusement park, and I'm fond of amusement parks. I'm a big fan of roller coasters, big fan of rides, good rides, all that stuff. So I wouldn't mind being in Disneyland for 10 years, because there's a lot of different things that happen, or different periods of change in an amusement park, right? Especially since Disneyland is unionized, and everyone there is like paid way more than $20 an hour. I can only imagine now guys like Julio and Carlos are probably like close to 30. Even Bobby himself, Bobby Cooper. Hell, I haven't seen him forever. It'd be nice if I see him too. So, one therapy session ain't gonna be enough yet, as I know that while I'm still in my dump, I'm still having these issues of really, really just trying to calm myself, because it's unfortunate. Like, this place is only going to get worse, and even if I'm trying to do the right thing, it's just I'm always seeing that there's something missing. I'm always feeling like something's not right. That's not my fault. That's on behalf of the company president and the same goddamn management. I said it. Look how many times I had to write my blogs in regards to this dumbass place. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just they are who they are. Like, I can't. It's already hard enough to even just stay loyal, because I've lost all objectivity for this place, and I'm dead serious when I say this. So, like, I don't want to go into too much detail. I don't want to make this video about my damn workplace again, even though I already talked some trash to it, as I should, rightfully so. But yeah, the first session, it's a start. Even though it was very long, I don't expect it to be long the next time I do it. But every single session from here, between sessions, that's when I need to start really seeing myself for progress. And although it's not going to be easy, it's something that I gotta get used to. But at least now people are gonna see me with proof that I already got help, and I should already be a better person than I was prior to. You know what I'm saying? But it's just unfortunate to see. It's still hard to just try to overcome all that. Some of the most stressful situations that I'm still in here, and more so at home. So I don't know what else I can do at this point, other than to I just really gotta have that very strong self-control that that once Tristan has told me to in the past. He told me about it, You need to have very strong self-control, and needs to apply even the most stressful situations. To which I have been an absolute failure at. Just especially since after he said that, like what, in late 2012. So yeah, it's been a failure since, and now I'm dealing with what I've never had to deal with in the past. Some of the most stressful situations, more so at home than at work. I know at work is just about as bad, but that's only because of the state that this dump is in. And speaking of my workplace, man, look, I know it's one session, one therapy session, but if I gotta be straight up honest, if I were to take multiple sessions, I can take like 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think they're gonna help me very much for as long as I'm in this workplace. And I'm gonna tell you why. For as long as I've been here, how many years straight have I dealt with some of the worst bullshit that I ever experienced in this dump? And I'm gonna say that, I think since the start of the pandemic, to the point where a lot of us, including myself, had to work from home, and having seen my family in danger because of the fact that we all caught the Wuhan virus, I think since then it's just been more bad things happening, especially for me when I was in that workplace, man. So it's like, look, man, I don't care what anyone thinks, man. This is exactly why I need to leave. Even though I should have left a lot sooner, and I've said it. I mean, in this case, I'm not gonna try to make a direct lame excuse to say it's my workplace's fault. You know what? The one thing I don't understand on is that the longer that I'm here, I mean, I hate to really want to go on my 13th year, is that I'm gonna feel a lot more miserable and unhappy. And for however many therapy sessions I get, I just feel like, yeah, they may contribute to helping me better myself as a person, but the thing is, I'm it's like Lisa said, this is not a real world workplace for anyone to work at. You see how many people left in general, especially in 2023, most notably, the almost 20 people that left. I mean, who wants to work in a workplace like this if the company president just won't let any of the managers retire? They won't let anyone try to fill in their positions, or even, like, it just so happens that the higher ups are just, the upper management are just going to be stuck there, They're lifers. Most of these people, a majority of them, are just lifers. It's just ridiculous, dude. So, I mean, no matter how many therapy sessions I have, they may help, elsewhere, even at home, for my own family to see that I have proof, even to my own friends. But when it comes to this dump, I don't know, dude. I don't think I can have that same, to have that same kind of effect, just because of the fact of how I'm being treated now, especially as a quote-unquote graphic artist, when I'm really a fake graphic designer there. Just based on the fact that I've been here way too long. And how it started, okay, it's fine and all, but this is not anyone's typical workplace to ever work at. I'm dead serious when I say this, man. There's just no way, okay? So I'm being straight up honest about that. So that's why I need to just continue actively job hunting. I know it's been painful for the past few months, since I haven't gotten anything since January 20th. So I need to keep doing that no matter what happens. And it's very tiring and exhausting, but I'm not gonna give up. And now that I've taken my first therapy session, this may just, and it can strengthen my chances to better my life, like, especially with the job hunting. But hell, I ain't gonna sit here for this long. Yes, I know I still have a lot of my basketball shoot-around games to like edit, older ones from last year. But I'm caught up in a whole lot, and I've still got about several to go. You know what I'm saying? So again, this ain't gonna. I'm sorry, man. I think for as long as I'm still in this job, I'm just expecting some of the worst shit that I'm ever gonna see. I mean, it is what it is, you know. I can try to keep myself calm, but there's no way I'm ever gonna feel calm about a place like this. That's just where I've seen just so much worse than than what it is that once upon a time was a workplace. In the beginning of my first year here. These managers are never going to leave. And when they don't leave, there's more worse shit happens, especially with the company president still around. Let's just face it, man. After this whole terrorist thing, it's like there's just more and more or lesser and lesser work going around. And it's just, lesser sales and then lesser this and that. I'm sorry, dude. It's just, I can't help but to think like this, man. I don't care what anybody thinks. So anyways, that is all I got to say. And, and just, I don't know, man. Just hope for the best. I got to get out of here if I really want to better my chances of myself as well. Because, like I said, multiple therapy sessions ain't going to do enough. So, especially if I'm still in a place like this. I'm sorry. Okay. Peace out, everyone. Peace out.